In the last episode of Sailing One Life, we decided to go off the beaten path in Antigua and check out some lesser-known islands. We explored the mangroves of Green Island and celebrated our friends' birthdays before exploring Devil's Bridge National Park and sailing to Green Islands. We loved the views in Green Islands, but we were invited to go check out a local bee farm. Hi, we're Brooke and Gary.
A year ago, we traded the American dream for our dream.
Welcome to One Life.
We were anchored in Deep Bay, a picturesque cove on the west coast of Antigua, just close enough to the city of St. John's, but secluded from the hustle and bustle of the industrial port nearby. Before leaving for Barbuda, we had a few more places to check out.
St. John, the biggest city in Antigua, was a 20-minute ride away, so we hopped in our dinghy to check it out. From roadside vendors to the public veggie market, this city was super friendly and full of activity. We took a quick stroll through the craft market, which was less busy, but still had a seamstress, leather maker, and tailor. After walking around for a bit, we decided to grab a local conch wrap and some yummy plantains. On our way back home, we stopped at the meat market. Here we found fresh cuts of pork and beef, and we couldn't resist the prices. The butchers asked how we wanted our meat cut. They slice it with a bandsaw, and you're on your way. Pretty cool.
We just got 3 pounds of ribeye for $13 US. You done?
So this is the pork that we bought from the market, pork ribs. And I'm actually trimming the nipples off of it.
Yep, that's those are pig nipples.
So I've never done this before, and hopefully these ribs will be good. Good morning. We are here in Deep Bay, and we heard that there's a shipwreck just right where we're anchored, so we're gonna go free dive and check it out.
We don't have too far to go today. The wreck is probably only 300 yards behind us, right next to where our friends on Too Short are anchored. It's not exactly warm today. The water's probably only like 75. Now it's raining, so I guess it doesn't really matter, so I might as well just get in.
Luckily, the wreck was slightly exposed at the top, or I'm not sure we would have found it. As you can see, the visibility was so bad we could barely see the ship until we were right on top of it. The conditions are not always crystal blue waters and sunshine. This renowned shipwreck was a British merchant ship carrying tar, and it caught fire and sank here in 1905. imagine on a clear water day, this wreck would be quite the sight to see.
Yeah, so that wreck was pretty cool, but unfortunately the visibility was so bad we could barely see it until we were right on top of it. We were a little disappointed, but maybe next time it'll be a little clearer.
After our snorkel, we met our friends at the beach to do a little sunset hike. Right near the anchorage was Fort Barrington, and since we didn't know much about the ruins here, we used our best guess.
Where's that from the door?
From the door.
No, it's a torch post.
Yeah, there's one down there too.
Oh. Wait, what? Yeah.
There's no door, yeah. The door's there. You can see the door.
Look, this is where they used to watch it.
Yeah.
Is that the dungeon?
I think so. Should have brought a light. Is that the door?
That's the old door, it's wood.
I think this is where they would hold their prisoners.
Yeah, I think it is.
What's in the door? Yeah, it has to be a cell, right? And they like...
Tally marks.
Did anybody actually?
That's how they date.
Help me, please.
After a quick peek of what was remaining of the fort, we headed up the rest of the way to the top. We watched the sunset over the anchorage before heading back to the boats to get ready for our sail to Barbuda the next day.
We just pulled anchor in Deep Bay and motored out, and we're on our way up to Barbuda this morning. It's a pretty nice day. We've got only about 10 knots of wind, which is just enough, so it's nice and comfortable, but we can sail. And Brooke's at the helm. It should take us about 5 to 6 hours to get up there. It's about a 30-mile sail. I think I'm gonna go get the fishing lines and put them out.
And fish on. Gary said it's a barracuda. We're gonna let him go.
Land ho!
Really?
I can barely make it out up there.
The water is so clear here. Reminds me so much of the Bahamas water.
Just dropped the hook in Barbuda at Spanish Point, and it was kind of interesting coming in. There's coral reef and coral heads all around that you gotta kind of spot as you come in. We put Brooke up on the bow and she eyeballed them as we came in and navigated through them and found a nice sandy patch in the middle of a few of them, and it's pretty nice here. Water looks clear, there's reef all around us. It's a very long beach over there. It's kind of far away, but we'll dinghy over, and yeah, excited to chill out here and relax for a few days. The next morning, we grabbed some water and set off to explore the windward coast of Barbuda. We spent hours walking trails across the sand dunes and enjoying the stunning views. There is something truly magical about miles and miles of completely undeveloped, unspoiled beach.
Well, we've heard there's wild horses here in Barbuda, and we're on a mission to find them, so we're following hoof prints and a lot of horse shit.
found a horse skull. We never did find the horses, but we did come across these donkeys. Perhaps the skull we found was actually from an unfortunate donkey. We stumbled onto numerous houses in various stages of construction, but not a single person was around.
So what do you
Interesting. Well, it's not dated, but there's a piece of paper here that clearly would not have survived a hurricane. So these buildings must have been put up after Irma, but then it looks like the government kicked the people out for not having permits to develop out here, which is kind of interesting. I think we're gonna have to read a little more about this and find out what happened. We never did find out the full story of these abandoned houses. Barbuda was completely devastated by Hurricane Irma in 2017, and the destruction was still evident just about everywhere we looked. We hope the owners of these properties will someday be able to return and live quietly on this beautiful, remote corner of Barbuda. Nice start of a house.
What's this area?
They're basketball hoop, I think. Yeah, these are basketball hoops. This one is made out of looks like a bicycle rim and a piece of plywood. And this one's a piece of exterior wood and a hydraulic hose formed into a circle. Pretty cool.
When we were in Grenada, our seat cushion on our dinghy tour. Unfortunately, there was nowhere to buy a replacement, so we had a girls' sewing day to try to fix it. I ended up super frustrated and never finished the job. Fast forward to 3 months later. Okay, we are back on Too Short for another sewing project day. It's been a little while since we've left off from this, so we're trying to figure out how to put our dinghy seat back together. And Brandy and Crystal are helping me out. I think we have our first line that we need to sew, so we're gonna give it a shot. All right, I'm really nervous, you guys. I'm on a test piece.
Yes.
Oh my God. Here we go. Practice went not so good. All right, we're gonna go for it. But it's only a dinghy seat, so I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. Here we go. To me, sewing is annoying because I'm still learning and not very good at it. Sometimes when you're out here in the middle of nowhere, you have to take on new tasks and learn new things.
Along. Slowly.
I'm gonna really work with it.
Lucky for me, I get to learn with the help of two of my favorite people, and there may have been some wine involved. Do you see this straight line? I think we nailed it. It only took us, what, like 4 hours to get this much done? I think it's beautiful. I think it's great, you guys.
Yes.
Nice work, ladies.
Nice work.
And this is what Gary did.
Like, so here it is. The seat didn't turn out pretty, but it definitely works, and the best part, lots of memories are made in the process. Yay! The following day was Brandy's birthday, so we decided to kick off the day with breakfast.
Good morning!
Happy birthday!
You guys! Aw, you're so cool!
We celebrated with a bit of a luau and lobster benedict for breakfast before setting out to do a little snorkeling. Just like we experienced in Antigua, the reef in Barbuda was mostly dead, with only an occasional fish nearby. So we decided to play in these breaking waves for a bit before heading back to the boat. These waves don't look that big on camera, but there was about a 5-foot swell breaking over the reef, and we were having so much fun getting tossed around.
We're gonna head over to the beach and do a birthday bonfire for Brandy, and then we're gonna go have dinner on Two Shore.
We started the fire, but we're waiting for Bo and Brandy to get here. And there's a storm coming. It's just started to rain. Brandy's bonfire got rained out, but it didn't stop us from celebrating for the rest of the evening.
Happy birthday, Lovey!
Happy birthday, Lovey! This dinner was not only Brandy's birthday dinner, but also our last as a buddy boat trio before Darren and Crystal headed to St. Martin. It's always tough saying goodbye to your friends out here.
It's Christmas Eve, and we spent the day in the boat making cookies and hanging out. It's been blowing pretty hard today. It's blowing 20 knots, 30 knots sometimes, so we've pretty much just stayed in the boat and had a nice relaxing day, did some editing, and now we're gonna head over to the beach, build a little fire, and watch the sunset with our friends. So, come along.
We spent Christmas Eve with cookies over a bonfire. For Christmas Day, we were greeted by this full rainbow. Missing our friends and family back in the States, we took full advantage of a quiet day by ourselves and enjoyed many FaceTime calls.
What do we have here?
Christmas dinner! It's almost done. We made 2 Cornish hens in the Instapot. We've never had a Cornish hen before, and we're tired of lobster. This is what we found. Ta-da! Cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching. Join us next time as we go to pick up anchor and realize our engine won't start.
Oh, I think we should just eat the nipples.
Do you want to eat the nipple? It's almost off.
I feel like you're just supposed to eat the nipple. Barringer wine.
Behringer?
Miss it so bad. Looking for the wild time. The world is spinning. Man,